Moon gang. Coach Kohrs coming in hot. Feeling like one hot tamale because our team is kicking ass, folks. Coach Kohrs team, we are kicking ass, kicking grass, kicking ass, and eating grass. I don't know. I don't know what the kids in sports play. I was always picked last on my team, but who knows? All I know, does it get better than this? Like, this is exactly what I was saying in the morning stream. Guys, I need a little bit of energy, a little bit of good vibes only, a little bit of karma. AMC in the green, and Robinhood in the red. Does it get better than this? Does it get better than this, folks? This is Coach Kohrs coming at you live, informing you it does not get better than this. AMC in the green, GME in the green, and stupid Robinhood in the red. I don't know. I don't want to stream tomorrow because I don't know how we can make it better tomorrow. Today, we are cruising at all cylinders. This is a finely tuned machine like you would see in all the Fast and Furious movies. It does not get better than this. AMC is cruising and Robinhood's cruising, but it's a different type of cruise. Robinhood's cruising for a bruising. I don't know. Across the board, we're crushing it right now. We've made already over an extra $1,000 for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Stocks are in the green that we want to be in the green. Stocks are in the red that we want to be in the red. We're crushing it. This is it. This is peak experience for a streamer right now. I don't know. I almost don't want to stream tomorrow because I don't know how I'm going to top this right now. We're in our full Coach Kohrs getup. We're making money. We're supporting good causes. I don't know. It doesn't get better than this. I've probably had too much liquid IV. I'm probably too hydrated right now. When in the midday session, it was hot in my apartment and I was sitting there and I was like, I'm thirsty. And I'm not going to lie, I've had a couple too many liquid IVs. The hydration, my brain is operating on a different level right now. I feel like I finally entered into the matrix of what's finally going on and we're just crushing it. You need a whistle. I do need a whistle. Oh brother. Oh man. It sucks to suck today. It sucks to be someone trying to pump Robinhood when it's garbage. And it sucks to be someone who's against AMC when it's kicking some butt today. Kicking some butt-talonies, as we like to call them in the coaching biz. Matt's defo drunk. I'm not drunk. I save that stuff for the kind of weekend. Here, I'm a professional. This is network professionalism. During the week, I got to be on the game. I'm not gonna lie. You want to know what's in my system right now? Besides a bunch of good karma, a bunch of great karma, I've had a Claritin and a couple too many liquid IVs mixed in with some Red Bulls, sugar-free Red Bulls. That's what we're cruising on right now. That is the diet of a champion. That is the diet of a competitor. And if you're on Coach Kohrs' team, that you might want to talk to a nutritionist. Not sure if it's safe, but liquid IV, sugar-free Red Bull, and you got to get some Claritin because seasonal allergies are no joke and they can make your nose real snuffly, and we don't want that. Coach Ripa would never have too much liquid IV. Man, we're having a good one. All right, so there are some things we should go over before we go back on. Don't let me get too far off of my rant today. There are some things we need to talk about. Hang on very quickly. I want you guys to listen to this clip. I know we all want the rant. I know we all want me to go completely off. Oh, if you could, don't forget to hit that like. Let's get people in here for the afternoon session. There's about 5,000 viewers right now. I see absolutely no reason why we can't have about 12,000 likes. If these hedge funds, prime brokers, and market makers can synthetically short, I don't know why we can't synthetically like. Maybe I've eaten too many crayons, possibly. I don't know necessarily how the liking system works, but I demand synthetic likes. It's that simple. I demand synthetic likes. Real likes, synthetic likes, short likes, long likes, leveraged option likes, whatever kind of likes. It's a like machine type of a day. All right. Anywho, yeah, I was working on some charting for you, and then I got a little bit, I was going to, man, this is what happens. Adults out there, when you have a child and you don't properly socialize them, let's be honest, folks, my psychosocial development was clearly stunted somewhere at the age of 12. And apparently, in this day and age of technology, you can monetize that. Previously, if you didn't age out of those immaturity issues, like just those holes of social development, you were what most people consider to be an asshole. But on the flip side of it, if you get through it, if you get through those lulls of where just no one likes you, apparently you can turn that into a career of yelling at a camera in your basement. I don't know. I'm not the ones who makes the rules of social demand and business these days. But for the parents out there, you have two options. You either help your kids socialize early in life so they don't become a straight up jerk or a dick, or you deal with it for about 26, 27 years. You hope that there's a black swan event in the entire stock market. You get them in front of a camera and you let them go loose. Those are your two options as a parent these days. Ben, I don't know if you're listening. I know you just had Atticus. He's probably like 5 days old, but as a parent, you're going to have to answer these questions of what type of parent you want to be. For me, it's come this far, but I don't know how this ends. I don't know how this journey ends, but I do know that this is superior charting. Mainstream media, other YouTubers, other Twitter twatters, other Redditors, they're going to be like, I don't think you can influence a stock with an emoji. And to them, I say nay. I say if you have a team on your side, if you have Coach Kohrs and the rest of the team rocking with you, you could put whatever emojis you want on the chart and it's gonna work. It's honestly that simple. They're gonna be like, I don't think so. I think, hang on. Excuse me, Coach Kohrs. I think that stocks move based on certain levels of supply and demand and constantly looking for equilibrium that the market agrees upon. You know what, nerd? Maybe it's emojis. I don't know. I don't make the rules. We're literally doing this off of the cuff. But like I said, don't let me get too far off. We do really need to listen to this clip. This is kind of important. You guys are letting me get too far off. I hope the audio is working.
Currently, a significant amount of retail orders are routed to a small number of wholesalers. I detail this more in the written testimony, but I think it raises questions about whether the market structure best promotes fair, orderly, and efficient markets. Evolving market technologies, along with this payment for order flow, has also led to increasing market concentration, which we've found, history and economics show, concentration can lead to fragility in markets, deter healthy competition, and limit innovation.
So right there, I want to talk about this because this is obviously from the GGG, Gary Gensler himself, G cubed. A lot of us in the business call him that. Gary Gensler is a GGG, G cubed. So if you're in the biz, that's his Wall Street name is G cubed. But anyway. So we were talking to G here, and right here, the high concentration of retail orders routed to a small number of wholesalers. So right here, this is what I was referring to in the early stream of an immense amount of orders for AMC is not being done on lit exchanges, but that doesn't mean it's being done on dark pools. Yes, it is happening off exchange, and dark pools are a type of off exchange trading, but wholesalers, small number of wholesalers, aka Citadel Securities and Virtu. These are wholesale brokers, like whatever you want to call them. There's various names, but it's market makers. It's non-ATS, non-dark pool. They're referred to as OTC. Yes, they are off exchange, but they're not dark pools. Right now, there's a lot of conflation of seeing off exchange trading, and they're like, hey, look at dark pools, dark pools, dark pools, dark pools, dark pools, dark pools. Yes, some trading is being done on dark pools, but most of it is through market makers, folks. I don't know how to make it more clear. We have the data. The data is out there. People are very much They heard this name dark pool. They didn't bother to Google what a dark pool is. They're like, hey, that's dark. Dark's the opposite of light. Biblically, I know dark is bad and I know light is good. So dark pools have to be bad. Like, I don't know, maybe you've had a traumatic experience when you were swimming as a youth, and maybe, I don't know, maybe a lifeguard had to save you or something. I don't know. You're against dark, you're against pools. And yes, there are very valid reasons to be against dark pools. But right now, it's a conflation to say that most trading is happening in dark pools. It's simply not true. None of the data supports that. The people that support it are really fun things to tweet and retweet on Twitter. I'm going to be honest, that's how far this dark pool hold's really going to go. It's just fun to tweet it. It's like, I'm not going to lie. I've been there. I see it. Suspend dark pools. Hell yeah, let's suspend everything. No rules. Like, let's suspend everything at once. But I just want you to know, even right here, a high concentration of retail orders, that's me and you on things like Robinhood, on Webull, etc., they are going to market makers, which is off exchange, but that is not dark pool. I'm just trying to clarify because I want everyone to know who the legitimate enemy is here. A dark pool is just another venue. They're not setting price or anything. It's just like a really weird way for you to find a buyer if you're a seller, or find a seller if you're a buyer. It just is facilitating, connecting people who want to take the opposite side of the trade. They don't have an undue effect on price action, on the price of a stock, hiding data. All these trades are reported and they do have a material impact on price. But do you know who can do some like actual legitimate, illegal, nefarious shenanigans? Market makers, especially when we live in a world that's a duopoly of market makers, Citadel Securities and Virtu. They're unchecked. They do what they want. I'm saying this because, yes, I want you guys to know what you're actually saying, doing, tweeting, retweeting, agreeing with on Reddit, Discord, any social media. I want you to know what's actually going on here. But this, when people are talking about it, this is in reference to market makers. Previously, when we had the New York Stock Exchange president, NYSE president, demand, I don't know. I'm trying to find this article right here. This is another one that people took it way too far. Meme stock prices may not properly reflect demand. So right away, people are like, dark pools, dark pools, dark pools, dark pools, dark pools, dark pools. I don't know about you, but is anyone dark pooled out? This right here, people tried to relate it to it, but this is, once again, I'm trying to find her exact comments right here. In some of the meme stocks that we've seen, or stocks that have a high level of retail participation, the vast majority of order flow can trade off exchanges. Remember, two types of off exchanges, market makers and dark pools, which is problematic. So right there, people saw off exchanges and instantly thought dark pools. Like I said, dark pools have issues. Inherently, they are less regulated. I'm not the biggest fan of that. But if I had to take care of one thing before the other, I would take care of payment for order flows before I would take care of dark pools. People saw this and they thought dark pools, when really what Mrs. Cunningham was referring to, Ms. Cunningham, whatever her name is, the price information is not really reflective of what supply and demand is. This is in reference to market makers. This is market makers, OTC, and not dark pools. I just want everyone to actually know what these comments relate to. I mean, she's even talking for it. Retail brokers say payment for order flow lowers overall costs. It's still in reference to payment for order flow. Whenever you hear payment for order flow, think market makers. Do not think dark pools. There's a lot of people putting information out there about various things, and honestly, more so than myself, they're just talking out of their ass. Yes, do I talk out of my ass? Obviously. Did you watch the first couple seconds of this stream? I would have questions, psychological questions about me too. But what I'm telling you right now is very, very accurate and serious. Of all these comments from Gary Gensler, from the New York Stock Exchange president, it's all in reference to the detrimental aspects of market makers, not dark pools. I don't know how to be more clear about this. Do I have issues with dark pools? 100%. But I have much more issues with market makers segmenting the entire retailing population, which spreads the bid and ask on all lit exchanges, costs everyone money, and on top of that, they have a horrific asymmetric data advantage because they know everything that's going on, because retail is sending all of their orders straight to market makers. So at least we're all on the same page with that. And right now people are gonna be like, oh man, like Shill, he's all of a sudden no, I'm not for, like, I think there are issues with dark pools, but I also want you to actually learn something. So in case you get in the argument with someone on Wall Street, at least we're all on the same page and can use the right terminology and rhetoric, and we can make solid points. Right now, so many people retweeted this, and we're talking about dark pools. Nothing about this has to do with dark pools whatsoever. A small number of wholesalers. That's it. He's talking about market makers. So many of us, and it's not embarrassing, but it just shows that this is why some mainstream media in Wall Street doesn't take us seriously, because they read this and they're like, oh, okay, wait, they're connecting it to something that it's not going to be connected to. We need to cultivate an image of more, informed and a bit more serious, as I say that, and I'm screaming about Matt Kohrs. Like, I do understand 100% the irony of like my rant right now. I 100% get that irony, but I'm just trying to say we need to be on the same page, and we can't always be running into these conspiracies that there's no evidence for. I love all these theories. I love all these hypotheses. I think we should test everything. But when everyone's out there liking and retweeting and all of a sudden talking about dark pools, this has nothing to do with dark pools. It's just wholesale. It's wholesalers, which is a market maker. So I just want us to all be on the same page of reality, so we can better push through our mission and get done what we actually want to get done. Very, very important. All right, so we did that. I'm happy we did that. I wanted to get that out there. Honestly, I feel like I should make a whole video on what payment for order flow is or isn't. If you want to know, whoa, hey, I know that guy. If you want to know a bit more about payment for order flow and dark pools, very, very, very important to watch that interview with Dave Lauer. Very important. How's crypto doing? Bitcoin, maybe. Okay, it looks like crypto might be finally turning around. Speaking of which, Cardano. This might be a good risk reward setup, because you could just risk $1.67, something like that. Anyway, if you're looking to get into the game of crypto, I highly recommend checking out Voyager. It's in the description of this video. You'll get $25 worth of Bitcoin when you do sign up. But right now, AMC ripping, up 5.5%, trading at 33.27. An important breakout level where it was just smacked is 33.50. In fact, I believe I have that marked right on this chart. Yeah. 33. I have 53. Let's just call it 33.50. Not only is it technical support and or resistance, depending on what side of it you are on, but right here, the RSI was already overblown. It makes a lot of sense that it had to take a breather. So I think the ideal way in which this could go would be that it hit this, it has to take a breather, it makes some sort of base, maybe at 33, and then we rip into power hour. I would view that as like an ideal scenario for today to play out. But right now, the technicals are just a little bit too hot. So we want these to calm down just so we have actual room to move in power hour. The most important rant I'm looking for, I missed your Apple Store follow-up. How'd it go? It's frustrating for me to recount the Apple story from yesterday, because the guy I met, the guy at the Genius Bar, was so nice. Like, I can't even, like, the dude was nice and so realistic and just like very understanding and doing everything he could in the power to help me out. So I have no rant besides the guy who helped me yesterday was an actual human being, unlike the ding dong I had to deal with the 2 days before on Monday. But the guy at the Genius Bar at the Apple I was at yesterday, that guy rocked. He was very realistic, very respectful, and did everything in his power to help me. So no really fun follow up for that, unfortunately. Did your parents lock you in a basement when you were young? No. My parents were all like, get out of the house, go do something. I grew up in the middle of nowhere, very rural PA. I grew up in Northeast PA, and my parents were very much, hey, it's not like completely monsooning outside. Go get some sunlight. And then friends would just come over. I don't know. I think a lot of it, like where I grew up, we had dial-up internet. The TV, like it worked, but we didn't watch much. We just did a lot of things outside. If it was snowing, we would go sledding, we would go fishing, we would do whatever. We'd go paintballing, we'd go hunting. Like it was a lot of outdoor stuff to do. So mine were just probably more so of along the lines of like, just don't die and like come back, like dinners at 5 or 6 type of a deal. We would go swimming. I don't know. We just did a bunch of whatever stuff. I guess when I got older, I played more video games, but I'm not that good at video games. So like, it's not fun to do things that you suck at. So like, I'd play like, what was it, like Halo or something with my friends, and I was always the crappiest one. So I was like, this isn't fun. This isn't fun. So you were Amish? No, that's more in like middle PA. I was above that. I was in the northeast corner, like above Scranton. And I know everyone's like, oh, the office, the office. Yeah, they never filmed anything there. They just did like, they filmed like some like of the B-roll stuff there, but actually above Scranton, PA. But hang on. I think, did I already, these super chats are so weird. So weird. I hope this is working. Am I live on Rumble? I never thought to check now that I'm 20 minutes into this. Gym Lover just completed owning 100 shares. Let's go AMC. Gym Lover, you are going to be in staunch competition with Buff 24/7. We have a lot of gym fanatics, and I get it. This is pretty much a fitness channel. So I understand why a lot of people who have a Greek god body, such as myself, are attracted to this channel, because like it's just, we're a bunch of titans. We're a bunch of ape-based titans. I get it. You guys look at me and you're like, man, does he moonlight working at Abercrombie, like just sitting there in his jeans, like hawking clothes to like all those middle school girls? Yeah, sometimes I moonlight as that. Like I'm not saying I have a six-pack as in ab muscles, but I just sit there in my jeans with a six-pack of beer and I try to sell clothes there. But it's the same thing. Abercrombie, they hire a lot of people these days. Gym Lover, Buff 24/7. I miss Buff 24/7. And honestly, it's my fault because I banned him, so it's not like he's going to come back. But I also miss Rico. I miss a lot of Rico. I mean, he's out. Wait, what is this? Funds disclosing short positions. Oh, that's for puts. New bigger short on AMC. Oh, wait. Simplex Trading LLC now has, this is from Rogue the Legacy. He just tweeted it out. Simplex Trading LLC has puts has a lot of puts. I guess 14,000. Must be a crappy day to be them. Hey there, buddy. Happy anniversary. Hope you and your real girlfriend have a good time this weekend. Me too. Me too. Maybe she'll let me out of the basement. You should do an ape dance whenever someone tips hundreds. Make it a thing. Thank me later. Tommy's touch. Hey, I mean, also right now, I'm in, if this is your first time tuning in the past like 48 hours, please understand that right now, my entire goal, the name of the game right now, is to get as much money as we possibly can for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. It started yesterday. It's going all the way until Sunday. I don't know the amount of people who have chosen to donate individually, but I do know from the shirt sales alone for this, we've raised over like $3,000, I believe, roughly in that range. I'll update the numbers. That number I tweeted out last night was exclusively from shirt sales. It has nothing to do with super chats. It has nothing to do with personal donations. It was just that. And then like, I want to do the big reveal like Sunday night or Monday to let you know, like the big number we're at. But right now, just so you know, the super chat Matt thing, I figured why not turn it upside on its head and do something actually good with it. So all these limited edition shirts after Sunday, you will never get these shirts again. Super chat, we have the stylish Moon Gang one, and then we have the crayon one. We also, a lot of people were asking for a long sleeve because I think we're about to get some cold weather in a couple months. So people are like, hey, I want a long sleeve. All of these are limited edition. I'm guaranteeing you this, and I'll do whatever you guys want me to do to show you proof, but 100% of all profits are going directly to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. It is a charity that is near and dear to my heart. So I ask you, hold off on the super chats. Donate directly to this cause, buy a shirt, 100% are going to it. I know that not everyone's in the financial situation themselves to donate. So I'd ask, retweet, that stuff's completely free and it lets more people know. I am in the talks with other trading enterprises to help a little bit more with this. So some cool things coming. I just need to get things solidified. One way we could look at it, If you go to public.com/Matt Kohrs, this is a brokerage in the U.S. for stocks, not options, only for U.S. residents. It's free trading. You get free stock when you sign up, and there's no payment for order flow, and it's not routing orders to any market maker. They go directly to lit exchanges. When you sign up, you get up to $70. I think it would be cool, maybe if you don't necessarily need that money, whatever your free stock is from public, maybe if we just donate that directly to St. Jude, I think that's a cool thing. Obviously, I can't tell you what to do with your money, but I think it's an interesting way for the ape community to give back. Just one suggestion, obviously do whatever you think is most appropriate. But right now, it is in the description of the video, both St. Jude and the shirt and all of that. So you could check it out. I mean, if you want a super chat one, a crayon super chat one, or this, they're all going, 100% of the profits going straight to St. Jude. You could check out public, no payment for order flow, and you could use that free money if you want. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your own money. Just a suggestion, just a friendly suggestion from Coach Kohrs. Just a friendly suggestion from Coach Kohrs as AMC is ripping, and Robinhood is falling. I prefer a belly shirt. Have any of those, Gary? We'll have to get you a special ordered belly shirt. We could do that. Let's get a poll on who's going to the movies this weekend. This is a big movie weekend. All right, I'll make a poll. Let me do this really quick. A poll. Movies this weekend? Interrogative. Specifically an AMC movie. Like at an AMC theater. All right. We're posting that. Short the Vic said he drinks liquid IV every day and is going to use your promo code. I mean, I'm personally a fan of Short the Vicks. I appreciate that he's getting it. I mean, I really like it. I'm going to try a different flavor this weekend, but I'll save that for Power Hour. I'll let some of the energy get through my system before reloading. Can I get a Moon Gang thong? All right, those will have to be special ordered. Moon Gang thongs will be exclusively pitched on my OnlyFans, which is the same thing. Matt_Kohrs. Matt_Kohrs. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, OnlyFans, and MySpace. All of it is Matt_Kohrs. The thing that is Matt Kohrs is going to be YouTube and Rumble is where I'm Matt Kohrs. Hey, Matt, I just read in, what is that Venmo and PayPal are going to allow you to transfer any crypto to buy through the crypto wallet. Interesting. Matt, so with the crypto stuff, a lot of people asking about crypto. I highly recommend checking out the phone app Voyager. Voyager's in the description of the video. You'll get $25 of Bitcoin when you sign up. A lot of options. It doesn't have every crypto as an option. Obviously, depending on the crypto you're after, you might need a different one. And that's why I also have Coinbase in there. But even that, like I know crypto, there's so many options and there's unique ways to get certain ones that it might not be. If you're looking for a commonplace crypto, almost any of the brokerages will be good. If you're in the state of New York, you're going to have some issues because your government like hates crypto for whatever reason. But if you're in another state, you should be good. Matt, please explain why the hedgies would continue to short AMC with the possibility of millions of fake shares out there. Wouldn't they know this? Yeah, but if it's going to benefit them, they're there to make money, man. So with that, they're like, hey, like we don't think this is going to stop. We think it's going to fall. They look at it as a money-making opportunity. But take my money first. Shout out Tommy's Touch. I appreciate that. All right. Look, buddy. Look here, nerd. I own this roadhouse, buddy. Coach Kohrs. Oh man, wait, why is this not working? I missed anything exciting here today? Just kidding here. AMC's rocking. Robinhood is the opposite of rocking, and the charity drive for St. Jude is also rocking. So we're really, depending on how you look at it, we're rocking in at all cylinders are firing right now. I'm not your buddy, pal. You should make a shirt saying slightly above Amish. Is there AMC gift cards? Yeah, there actually are. AMC offers gift cards. Ken Griffin's totally real eyelids. I want a Moon Gang thong. Moving out of New York within a year. I'm done with it. I was in Brooklyn up until a year ago. I moved here in like 1 week of last year. So I've been here for like 51 weeks right now. And it's been fun thus far in Philly. I mean, I was just overpaying for rent in New York for like a quarter of the space, like legitimately a quarter of the space. I was paying like $1,000 more in rent. It's crazy. It's crazy. It was crazy. It was fun when the world was open, but to be in Brooklyn in a small place that was over expensive when everything was shut down, it was such a bad place to be. That might change now that things are like opening back up, but if they shut back down, you don't want to be in a big city. Being in a big city when like the world is not doing anything is not ideal because it most likely just means that you're like overpaying and everything is hard to get a hold of because everyone else is buying out all of the Clorox wipes and all the toilet paper. And then you're just there in a 1-bedroom apartment with your real girlfriend trying to start your YouTube career, and you both are trying to work throughout the day, and then all of a sudden you start fighting a lot, and then you're really, really sad because your YouTube's not growing, and you don't like your job, and she doesn't like her job, and everyone's yelling at everyone, and it's too tight, and you're on top of each other. Like that's a general story. Like I think maybe other people have gone through it. Like I heard that through the chain that other people are like experience that, but it doesn't sound fun is my point. It's quality of life, folks. Quality of life is very important. Matt tagged you in a tweet. Please look at how Robinhood is manipulating the market value of AMC and GME. It's insane. I'll have to check that out. My knee-jerk reaction, like I haven't read it. I don't know necessarily what you're referring to, but it's a brokerage. So brokerages alone don't like that's a market maker thing. Brokerages aren't market makers. But maybe there's something else going on there that I'll read it out. Thank you, Joshua. I'll read it. Thursday has been a good day for AMC. Any thoughts on why? Also, why do you think utilization didn't go up to 96, 98% like expected? Oh, because the pool of total loanable shares increased. More people started to loan out their shares. Or is that not updated completely? It is updated. It's updated completely every morning. It's real-time data when it updates in the morning. And as for Thursday, I have absolutely no clue why. I would need to see some data to see if it's true. Definitely to see if it's true. Matt, if you read my messages out loud, you would earn supplemental passive income every day for every month. Another one coming soon. Like as in reading that super chat will earn me supplemental passive income. Coach Kohrs is my favorite character on this show. Shout out, Val. I'm in Long Island. Can't take the politics here. Freedom. I'm a simple man. I feel like I just need to get back to my roots, you know? Just live in a small town. Maybe I'll run for mayor or something like that. Coach Kohrs for mayor. Hi, Coach. I love this energy, but I keep having this nightmare. Mother of all short squeezes on Power Hour on Friday due to halts, no moon. Longest weekend ever in Lambeau sold out. What to do? Just remember that the squeeze mathematically would probably take multiple trading days because the amount of shares on loan is more than what we're trading in a day right now. Very, very good chance that the squeeze, the mother of all short squeezes, would play out over multiple days. You're not going to miss it. Matt, the Checkout Express is having issue at St. Jude shirts. Trying to buy some now. Express Checkout is having issues for the St. Jude's. Wait, Express Checkout. Is anyone else having issues? Lucas, that is not good. If you could maybe send the issues to Moon Gang Merch, send a picture of that DM to Moon Gang Merch. Maybe they'll be able to help you. Maybe try reloading it. If anyone else is having issues with the shirts, please let me know. We'll try to get it like fixed real time. In the Trey interview, Adam specifically asked us all to go see a movie at AMC this Thursday. Hey, we're letting a poll run to see how many people are planning on going. Myself, I'm planning on going to the movies this weekend. It might be Sunday, though. I might not be going on Saturday. Shout out to my lovely wife, Apple Bottom Ape. Hey, buddy. Thanks for all you do. Shout out Kong Dong. Kong Dong. Be cool to do a fundraiser for exclusive showings of AMC theaters for St. Jude or something similar. This idea is a good candidate for something smarter to work out the details. Yeah. So, I mean, you guys and gals, gals, and everything in between, you saw this idea come. Like, this all started from me just like making fun of these idiotic super chat people who have like such an issue with it, not understanding like what a tip is. And for me, when I saw, when you're sitting on this side of the camera, there's certain things that you see and do, and all of a sudden you see that it's gaining traction. And then I saw that people lost their mind when I switched my name to Super Chat Matt. And then I saw that people lost their mind more when I brought up the shirts. And I'm not going to lie, we're selling a lot of shirts. And with it, I just thought it was finally an opportunity for me to do something even better and even cooler. Like, I wanted like the Super Chat Matt thing and then the shirts. Like, I kept going, and I thought this was the way to like kind of blow the roof off of it and do something like verifiably good for like people who need some help right now. I'm not a father that I know of, and I can't even begin at all. Like, not even 1% of my body could begin to empathize or sympathize with a parent who unfortunately has a child who might need to use St. Jude's resources. I can't, because I can't even put myself. It has to be one of the most emotionally traumatic experiences of a parent's life. Like, I literally can't put myself in those shoes, but just the a little bit that I try to imagine it, I mean, honestly, it's the least I can do to just try to help that out. You add all that in, and then you also add in the financial burden of something like that. I can't imagine. So for me, I was like, hey, this is something cool we can do to finally help out a little bit more than just helping out in terms of teaching stocks. Like, it's just, for me, it's like, let's bring it to the next level. Let's do more good. Let's develop more good karma. Let's spread more good vibes. It's honestly that simple. So because of that random super chat of the ding dong who doesn't like me, honestly, look what we made out of it. We're raising thousands of dollars for what I perceive to be an amazing, amazing charity organization. And it happened very impromptu. It was very much ad hoc. And I'm excited for this. I mean, I've been on like Cloud9 all week. I'm just so excited about what's going on. I'm so excited to see how it's received. The amount of people sending me screenshots of what they're personally donating. We're doing something very, very good. And what's even more exciting to me is if this happened kind of randomly and I had a couple hours to figure this all out and get it put together, I can't imagine what we're going to do on the next one when we have a lot of foresight and we can talk to people and get other things figured out and make it even bigger, even bigger. So that has me even more excited. Like, round one is going amazing, better than I ever thought it would have gone. Round two, though, round three, round four, round five, the next time we do this type of stuff, ooh, we're going to blow the absolute roof off. Roof is going off. John Wick just joined. I hope that's actually Keanu Reeves. Like, actually. Do you have a free giveaway for your OnlyFans? It's expensive, buddy. Donate super chat to charity. We'll have to figure out, like, maybe that's the next one. We'll raise more money by me donating my OnlyFans subscriptions. Hopefully you know that the majority of folks think you do a great job. Oh yeah, it's 100% the silent minority. Me, this is, in a weird way, this all started from me just poking fun at them. Cause like, dude, do your own thing. Do your own thing. Come on. My mom has end stage 4 cancer, has devastated my family. A child would be unbearable. Thank you to help families struggling like mine. Michelle, I'm so hard. That's enough. It's just so hard to, I can't even imagine. I cannot even imagine. I hope in the realm of what you're dealing with, I hope it goes well, but I know it's like the definition of well or good. It doesn't even apply. I cannot imagine. Godspeed. When you were spiritually 19 years old, back when you have never heard of the word Ortex, that one day the word would be yelled at you 200 times a day. No, I never ever imagined. At 19, I was what was I doing at 19? I was in college, didn't know my degree. I took school way too seriously. Uh, yeah, no, 19 was not a fun year. Was not a good year. I strongly I strongly suggest you look deeper into Shiba Inu coin. There are 620 holders of the token. You would be gaining a larger platform of supporters. I recently found out that I'm apparently one of those people, which is awesome. I'm finding out that I own $250 worth of Shiba Inu, and I think it was just gifted to me somehow on Voyager, like from Voyager. Uh, I don't know about that, but yeah, I'm in it, so I hope it does well. But the one I'm in right now, that's absolute. Well, I've gotten into Ethereum very, very early, so I'm crushing it on Ethereum. And I was a little bit late to the party of Cardano, but I'm hoping in a year, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like one of these people who got it sub $2, but who knows? Frederick U. Garner, thanks for joining up. I appreciate you becoming a member, man. Becoming an astronaut, shout out. AMC Ortex update. Can do, can do. They have, whoa, 7 mil against it. Short interest of 18.88%. So interesting. It dropped a little bit because we see more of a return coming in. But the fact that they've borrowed 7 million and we're green on the day, hey, I'll take that. How dare you help sick children? How selfish of you. Calm down, pirates. Clutches pearls. Vlad, ETH creator, was sent Shiba Inu and dumped and donated most of it. Oh. Yeah, I know that the guy who made Ethereum, he's donated like a lot of money to various causes, which I think is awesome. Oh, hey, Mark. I visited the world's largest yard stick factory today. Asked the owner if they would be willing to make them any longer. He said no. Oh, brother. Thoughts on CRWG if support at 32.74 does not hold? GRWG. GRWG. We're scrolling, we're scrolling, we're scrolling, we're scrolling. We're scrolling, we're scrolling. 30. I would be watching 30 from December, and past 30, I would be watching around 22 then. So 30 and then 22 if that 32, 33 level doesn't hold. More so of 33 though. I would watch 33 and then 30. Do you know what the days to cover is for SPRT? I could check that out. Hang on one second. AMC just made a new intraday high at 33.67. That's noteworthy because it's a breakout of 33.50. Days to cover. Is this right? 1.3 days. But don't forget that the actual coverage is typically going to take longer because not all shorts decide to cover at once. Why is Roblox not up? Where are we? Roblox. Why is this not on my watch list? All right, perfect. Thoughts on LAC? I like it. More of a medium to longer term thing, but I think LAC is looking good. We were talking about that. That's a lithium company for those of you who have not heard of LAC. And right now there's a considerable shortage in LAC. Heard the reason why we were seeing such high borrowed shares is because of the FTDs, and it's a way for them to kick the can down the road. Any validity? All right, let me think of the mechanism. So, well, it could be, yes, but it depends on the type of FTD. Remember, naked shorting isn't the only type of FTD. So it kind of depends on really what FTD we're talking about, because we don't like, we just know some of the FTDs. We don't, it doesn't tell you what type of FTD each one is. So it's dependent on the FTD. Notice the max cost to borrow increase on Ortex today. Is someone now paying 8% plus? Yep. So, but remember, this is dynamic. That's not going to be like locked in permanently. It could go higher or go lower tomorrow. But someone was very desperate to borrow those. Matt 007 AZ. The world's largest yardstick. What if you got Caleb, the kid from the commercials for St. Jude's Hospital, to come on the live stream? He may even be a baby 8. Shout out to my cousin Ivan Tor. That's such a cool name. Ivan Ator. Wow, that's awesome. Moon Gang CA reppin'. Shout out Benny. With that, Caleb, it's tough because sometimes people like, I don't know. With that, I'm very nervous about bringing kids on because like you never know the internet's reaction. I mean, it's not like, as much as it like pains you to say, not everyone's like a respectful human being. And I don't know. With kids, I'm a little bit hesitant of it because like then you're opening that kid up to the internet at large, and sometimes the internet at large isn't the nicest place. So I try to be a little bit more careful and respectful with children. The bots are posting nice messages about you, Matt. What did you do? See Antonio the Mexi tweet just a few minutes ago. The bots are now, we've even confused the bots. They're just like, wait a second. They accidentally like reversed it. Some engineers like, crap, we went from negative to positive. How could we? Or maybe it's just a real person. Let's see. What is this? Looking good, 60 or even 40. Pleasure having you. Who is this guy? All right, I'm looking at this Twitter. Oh, the Empire State Building thing. I did see a little bit of a funny exchange between the Empire State Building and Dave Portnoy at Barstool. I guess he lost one of his workers to it to work at the Empire State Building. I'm not seeing anything on Antonio's Twitter about the bots. Maybe I need to look into that a bit more. But hey, AMC is ripping. We're closing in on 34. The big level at this point, I would say, is more so 36. Wish I could hit a movie this weekend, aka theatrical manipulation, but there's no AMC near me. Sounds like a road trip. Coach Kohrs, very real football bat. Frederick U. Garner, keep it up. Thank you for that super emote. What do you think about BlackBerry? There are rumors that Reddit traders will focus their attention on BlackBerry after the squeeze if AMC is over. That's a big if. For now, I think it's simple. I'm still focused on I'm not focusing on another short squeeze play. Obviously, I'm talking about other plays. I think Roblox is at a good position. I don't like Hood. I think there's money to be made on puts. But in terms, honestly, if I'm focusing on a short squeeze, I'm tapped out on AMC and GME. There's other things. I'm not just going to go around and hunting for short squeeze, because this is a very much a massive rarity of what's going on right now. So who is this? Young Orange. That's a great question. What's next? It might be in the crypto world. I mean, Cardano is cooking. Ethereum is cooking. It could be Doge. It could be another stock. It could be a future. It could be an options play. I don't know. But all I know is I'm going to be here day in, day out, trying to be on the next thing so I can express it to all of you so we can make more money. And then also we can continue to fight for what we should be fighting for in the market. And I'll sit here and, I don't know, I guess teach you as much as I can possibly teach you. Would you exercise a 115 AMC option for January 28th, 21? Why or why not? Also, SOS thoughts. SOS, I do like Riot and Mara better, but better than all of those, I like playing crypto directly. I'm not the biggest fan of playing these crypto miners. $1.15 AMC options for January 28th, 2021. Well, if you want the stock and you're already way super, super deep in the money, it doesn't really matter when you exercise because you already know you're going to exercise. You're only paying at the strike price. You're not paying at the current value of the stock. AMC is cruising right now, folks. It is cruising. 34. I mean, at this point, my next watch is legitimately all the way up at 36. Hylion. Can you explain buying a put? Thinking about doing it on Hood. Do I need to own stock on Hood? Okay, first of all, you don't need to own it. You could just, without having the underlying stock, you're allowed to just buy a straight up call or buy a straight up put. Buying a call is a bullish bet. Buying a put is a bearish bet. A call is the right to buy 100 shares at a certain price. So right now, if you buy an AMC call at 34 and it shoots up to 38, it doesn't matter because you're in a contract to buy it at 34. A put is the right to sell the stock, 100 shares of it per put contract at whatever price. So right now, if you do it on Robinhood, if let's say you do it at 47 and it drops to 40, even though it's trading at 40, you have the right to sell it at 47. So the way you would profit is the fact that it's at 40, you'd be mechanically, think of it this way. You could buy it right at 40 and then you have the right to sell it at 47, profiting that $7. That's the mechanism. You don't actually have to go buy the share. I'm just trying to explain logically why you would be in profit. Buying a call is a bullish bet. Buying a put is a bearish bet. And you don't have to have the underlying stock. All you have to have is the money in your account to afford the premium for both of those. Day of my daughter's life was spent in the NICU. Those were some hard days. I'm proud of you, apes. Thank you for setting it up, coach. Pure proud ape and dad. Shout out, Blake. Shout out. Sorry, I was outside working on my truck. Did you hear that the NSCC increasing margin requirements by 25x? If you guys talk about it, then apologies. No, we haven't talked about it, but I'm a little hesitant to really, I guess, pump up any of these NSCC things because we've seen a whole host of these rules get passed and then the next day nothing really happens with AMC or GME. So I don't want to be the person who's like setting up expectations. And then like if they're not met, I like to keep it conservative and grounded. I went 893 miles to get an AMC for my totally real wife. It was for her to see her family. Me, definitely for AMC. Just a small town boy. Shout out. What if every ape goes and buys an AMC gift card for the next gift purchase? Would give AMC a flood of cash? Yeah, but think about how much, their debt that's due. They'll make more money as a company from the stock going up rather than buying gift cards, because I believe the debt that they have due in 2026 is in the realm of $5 billion. That's a lot of gift cards. $5 billion. I mean, there's 4 million people in it. So what? We would all have to buy like $125 worth. I mean, if every single ape out there bought $125, yeah, I mean, I guess the money adds up. But I don't think every single ape has $125 to spare on a gift card. I mean, some people have 5 shares of AMC and that's what they can afford. That's where they're at in their life. So we have to remember that some of us are in very, very different situations. For me, I have a few thousand shares of AMC and thousands of shares of AMC. And for me, that's a lot of money. For some people on this planet, that's absolutely nothing. And then for other people, even within the community, that's like exponentially more than they can afford. We all just have different backgrounds. Like for me, I have thousands of shares of AMC. Like I said, there's a whole paradigm of where we're at with our own financial situations. Big A hasn't sold any shares in 5.5 years in AMC, but Robinhood CEO sold the first week. That's crap. You dropper your pockets, by the way. Oh, brother. You dropper your pockets, by the way. Dropper your pocket. What does that mean? Are shorts drying up because this run on AMC? Michael, what do you mean by drying up? We know that there's more shares on loan, so there could be more shorts today. So I don't think the shorts are drying up. The way I think it's best to buy the stock when it's weakened, because you're getting it on a discount. That's probably how shorts are looking at it. The higher the go, they think they'll view it to be a better short. They would rather short it at a higher value than a lower value. If you don't have access to after-hours trading chases, is it possible I could miss a squeeze and first start covering? No, the squeeze is not going to only solely occur in extended hours trading. Please do not worry about that. Why did you get into investing? This is a good question. So I placed my first trade in 10th or 11th grade of high school, and I always just had a knack for numbers. I was always, the aspect of school I liked was math, not really English, not history, not any of that. Like, I was a math person. I still am a math person. That's why I'm always so about like data and being factually right, because my brain is wired in that way of black and white. What is right? What is wrong? What do the numbers actually say? I'm a computer scientist. I was working before the world went belly up. I was getting a master's in statistics. My background is numbers. So I think, and I've known that for a while. Like, I remember learning what an engineer was in second or third grade. And in second or third grade, I was like, oh, I should probably become an engineer. So I've just always been into numbers. And then I knew about the stock market. My grandparents were invested in my parents, but they didn't actively trade. They just had like retirement accounts. And at some point along the line, someone explained what the stock market was to me. So in high school, I don't know, from like summer jobs or something, you get like $500 or $1,000. And I was like, oh, I should probably learn about this. And I like begged my parents to do it. And since they had an account, it wasn't like I didn't have to beg. They were like, oh, okay. And then I told them that I wanted to buy this like very obscure penny stock that when I read like 2 sentences about it online, I was like, oh, it's going to be redoing the entire internet infrastructure in the Middle East. This company is going to explode. And my parents were like, I don't know. We've heard bad things about penny stocks. We don't think you should trade them. And I was like, shut up, Mom. Shut up, Dad. Get out of my room. I am Warren Buffett. You don't know anything about the stock market. I am the stock market. I'm going to make money. And so they're like, okay. So I invested all my money in it, and it took like 2 weeks and I lost all my money. So that's how I got into it. And from there, I was poor, because you're always poor if you're in high school or college. You have bill. I paid for like all my own stuff. So then I learned about options in college. And then I remember one semester, I got really deep into the world of binary options, which is completely the Wild West. And how did that go? So I got like binary options. I don't even want to explain it because I don't think it's like healthy for people to trade. But like one semester, that's how I paid off my semester of college. Like, I got super deep into binary options after learning about options. But I didn't have any capital until I graduated, because I finally needed a job. Like, I didn't have money. I didn't have anything to trade. And then I came back to penny stocks, and that was silly. I blew up a couple accounts like my first year out of college. And then I tried to do more longer term investing. I was like, well, this isn't fun. I was successful, but I wasn't making like any sizable amount of money. And then I found futures trading, and I paired that up with my coding, and I did algorithmic trading on the futures market. And that was my first like sizable success. And then from there, like one thing led to another. And now I shout out a camera in my basement. 5 billion divided by, is it 1,000? Oh, so we would all need to buy 1,200. So it's even less likely. My bad. I didn't carry all those zeros. Yeah, 1,250. That doesn't sound good. Yeah, so that one, it's most beneficial for AMC. What's most beneficial fundamentally for AMC is for the stock to go sky high and for them to do another dilution. Fundamentally, that's obviously what the leadership team wants to do. If they can generate another $1 billion of liquidity in a war chest and sell whatever, 100,000 shares, 1 million shares, 10 million shares at like some ungodly price and raise an ungodly amount of money, that's what the leadership team wants to do. I mean, the leadership team, when people are like trying to say this crap that Adam Aron's connected to Citadel and trying to end it and blah, blah, blah. No. That is so silly. The best thing, like the AMC leadership team, what they want to happen, they want this stock to squeeze to Pluto and then to do a share dilution and raise another billion, 2 billion in liquidity and then just have an ultimate runway and do whatever they want to do. That's what the leadership team wants. They're in no way against this. Their money, their company, their ego, their paycheck, their shares, they all make more if the stock is higher. No one that works at AMC would want the stock to come down. This asinine concept that like somehow Adam Aron is like a Citadel plant. I mean, I've read some dumb things on the internet, and that has to be one of the dumbest things I've read on the internet. CM Chic, thank you for that super emote. You told your moms to shut up. I tried that once. Lost my baby teeth prematurely. Oh yeah, my I was smacked a few good times by my mother, and I definitely deserved it. Really appreciative of everything you do for a shout out. Soccer Skills Unlimited. Do we know the short utilization if 7 million were borrowed today? Understand shares available can shortchange. So maybe based on the most recent data. Yeah, it's going to be like, we're going to be roundabout. It would put us, well, no. You would look at the borrow change. The borrow change is the key there. So you would do 3 million, not the 7 million. So we would be in the realm, if nothing else changed, right around 97% right now, but obviously things can still change. But you would look at the net, not the magnitude of just the borrow. Doge has made me a lot of money all in now on AMC, but Doge started out at 0.000 like Shiba Inu and still pretty fresh. Yeah, but like it just needs to have equivalently size of a community behind it. A lot of coins out there start at nothing and then they end at nothing. It's very, very valuable to have an insanely large community support. Could this action be the short covering and the large borrow rate be a wet blanket that may need to tamp down the amount to go parabolic? I mean, it could be some shorts covering, but I doubt it. This isn't really that crazy of a volatile move. Like we drifted up, down. To me, this is maybe a little bit of shorts covering, but probably more of just like a technical bounce buy. Some algorithms going long, some new hedge funds buying that want to take out their competitors. There's nothing about the current action that's telling me shorts are covering. Forget gift cards. We need some legitimate to manage a GoFundMe to pay off AMC's debt. Imagine how much of a that could be for media. I mean, that would be a lot though. 5 billion. Like, I don't know if we'll get that much donated. Hey Matt, these shorts could sure use a lifeguard. They keep ending up underwater. That is hilarious. Our fellow ape Simulate and Trade's father, also ape, passed away yesterday. We're showing some support by liking his videos since he may be away from a bit. I did not hear about that, but that is insanely sad. So some feelings going out to Simulate and Trade. Godspeed. I hope you're handling it as well as you could in such a crappy situation. But this is the first I'm hearing of it, and that's incredibly sad. So I hope he bounces back as well as he could. If I was a hedge, I'd borrow the rest of the shares, make utilization 100%, wait for the squeeze, then short my shares at the top. Yeah, so of course everyone's trying to time it. That's the question of what is the top. So that's way easier said than done to be like, oh, we'll do it at the top. Do you know the percentage of the shorts that covered on our first run up to 72? Yeah, whatever 3 divided by 14 is covered. So whatever that ratio is. All right, hang on. Hang on. Let me end this poll. If I can. And then stand up so we can all work on our 6-packs. Stand up time. Stand up time, stand up time, stand up time, stand up, stand up. We all stand up for our six packs, six packs, six packs. Coach Kohrs coming at you live. Coach Kohrs. Sir, this is a Wendy's. All right. Oops, hang on. That's a little high. Just a little high. I am seeing Free Guy this weekend at an AMC near me. Ryan Gosling is a hunk. Wait, isn't it Ryan Reynolds? Or is that the joke? Is that the joke that they get confused because it's two good-looking Ryans? Important question. Who's better looking, Ryan Reynolds or Ryan Gosling? We need to get to the bottom of this. We need some information. You should get your parents to come on stream one day. They can do a investing for retirement segment. No, I don't know if we want to take their financial advice. What type of coding knowledge would one need to have algorithmic trading? So Python would probably be a very, very good one, but you could learn an obscure one for TradeStation, which is a brokerage, and they have their own one called Easy Language. Not Coach Kohrs, smashing Kohrs with that. Not that I know of. Don't give away our secrets. A lot of people about MMAT. The Utter Matt. Yeah, I read this. I have $2 who managers at McDonald's. One is 20, the other is 19. Can't wait for them to move on. I was wondering about shortage. All right, that was from this morning. Shout out. Shout out. Yeah, just so the Discord knows, I'm having a little bit of a tough time because right now one of my computers is gone, allegedly being fixed by Apple. So tomorrow should be the last like pain in the butt tech day. I don't know. Jill, now people are trying to throw in Ryan Cohen and trying. Yo, can we not promote Hood? Katsu Kush. Have you what? Who is promoting Hood? Literally no one is promoting Hood. Every single day I talk about how I'm actively betting against Hood. When people say these things, do they do like 60 seconds of research? It's a running joke that people call Ryan Reynolds pretty much Ryan other than Ryan Reynolds. Well, wasn't that started by his wife, I believe, Blake Lively? With the Prisoner's Dilemma with AMC GME, way bigger and float fully owned, lots of paper hands and day traders on AMC, allowing for slow covering over the last 2 months. No, there's still, I mean, the shares on loan is less, but there's still a lot. What of the Prisoners? GME was bigger and float fully owned. Float fully owned. I've never heard of GME being fully owned by retail. 1 million trade executed 32.36 in dark pools. That must be a cameraman update. Shout out. Folks. Ooh, I got one for you. It is Power Hour. And do you know who is bringing you this Power Hour in coordination with Coach Kohrs right here? How are we going to do it? We're doing it with, obviously, Liquid IV sponsoring today's stream. Liquid IV, extra hydration. Let me open it up. Let's get it. Let's do it live. Strawberry. I am a big fan of all of them. I've only tried 3 thus far. The 3 I've had I like. I am a little bit biased towards lemon lime, which is saying something because I'm usually not a lemon lime kind of guy. But I do admit, whatever the flavor profile is of that particular one, they crushed it. So just so you know, Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier. It's pinned to the top of chat. If you use the discount code MOONGANG, which if you use the link, it should automatically be applied, you're going to get a 25% discount. Now that I am, for the first time in a year and a half, trying to take a little bit more care of my physical health, I've been drinking this stuff like every day, and it really is good. I can personally attest to it. I mean, honestly, all the sponsorships I've used, I've like use them first. Like anyway, different story. So check out Liquid IV. Here's what you need to know. Liquid IV is a healthy electrolyte drink mix, perfect for staying hydrated. Drinking one Liquid IV hydrates faster and more efficiently than water alone, and the Moon Gang discount will get you 25% off. Here's what you need to know about it. Each packet is bursting with flavor, natural flavor. It tastes so good. The product is powered by CTT, cellular transport technology, to help your body absorb nutrients faster. Proper hydration can boost your immune system, aid in recovery, and help your body to function at its best. More vitamin C than an orange and as much potassium as a banana. And I'm telling you, they have literally every B vitamin possible. 1 through a gazillion, whatever B vitamin is, it's going to be in that pack. Awesome stuff. I have to say, it's super easy. It whatever it is, when you like shake it, it goes into the water very simply. It's great. I use it for 2 things mainly. Before a workout, if I just want it in, because I sit here all day, I drink too much coffee, and I need definitely the hydration to be able to go for a run so I don't get lightheaded and want to feel weird. So it helps with that. The other thing it's going to really help with is if you're like me and sometimes you're like, man, I had a bit too much sangria the night before, not feeling the best, and you might have to coach a kid's soccer game or a little league game, and you got to be in your full coach mode or anything like that, and you can't just smell like sangria. You can't feel like crap from having too much sangria. That's another thing that this is really going to help you with, this Liquid IV. I just put some strawberry in this one. But check it out. Once again, Liquid IV, fueling life's adventure. It is a hydration multiplier, 25% discount with Moon Gang, pinned to the top of chat. Check it out. Once again, shout out to Liquid IV for sponsoring today's stream. We appreciate it. The official fuel, the hydration fuel of the Ape Nation community. How about we hydrate the like button to 69? Yeah, if you haven't already, I'd appreciate it if you could drop that like button. It's what the plants crave. What's your opinion, not financial advice, on 917 call options? I've made insane tendies during the June pick, holding my regular shares. However, I plan to get the same position again, and now my average is 670, down 21K, 40%. How would you hold longer or move to a further date? 917. 917. You're looking at the 40s. If I were you, I would hold it at least through the remainder of like these monthlies, August 20th. I would hold that because right now we're seeing the bounce on AMC. It does feel like we're finally getting out of some form of consolidation. If I were you, I would hold. Obviously, I don't know the future or anything like that. I can't guarantee anything about the stock. Obviously, any trade you make, there's going to be some sort of risk involved. But if I were you, I would hold. All right, we're looking for SPRT to break above 8 and really rally. There's rumors that sangria is overvalued. False rumors. False. You can never overvalue sangria. So, shout out to Seth. We are in closing on a new all-time high. Oh, wait, did we hit a new all-time high? We did earlier today, and we're going for another one. It looks like we just tagged a new all-time high in the stock market. The S&P 500 is ripping faces off today. This is a runaway rocket ship. The overall market just running. Is Matt hungover today? No. Sober as a bird. I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew, Chip. What else do we have? Matt, probabilities of AMC hitting 36 tomorrow? No clue. Probabilities are easier to do for a longer time frame. The shorter the time frame, there's a little bit too much randomness involved. What is your real girlfriend's birth month? Actually, this month. Her birthday's at the end of the month. Jewelry artist here, and I would love to send her a ring. Business is called Fire Soul Grace Heart. Shout out the artsy cart. Fire Soul Grace Heart. Yeah, her birth month is this month. At the end of this month. Matt as high as AMC on the day. I don't know if I just have that look of just like someone who, I don't know, I guess, is it the bags under my eyes of being like perpetually like hungover, drunk, or high or something? This is literally just me sober. Trey's chest hair. Where else? Trey's chest hair. Oh, wait, did you put it in here? Where did I miss it? Someone's saying that sangria is overvalued. How could they? Super Mario. I saw that someone already like cut that out. I think that's absolutely hilarious. On Twitter, someone like already overlaid Super Mario onto me. Some of the memes and gifs and that stuff, they're just so funny. Hilarious. Hilarious. Some birds get drunk off of fermented fruit. Bird fud. It's in YouTube chat. YouTube chat. YouTube. Oh, sorry. Please, thoughts on BB and add this to the next ticker, please. Thoughts on BB. I think BB's being overstated. A lot of people are saying, I think it got kind of mixed up with the run with GME and AMC. I just don't think BB has such a community supporting it. Definitely nowhere the size of AMC or GME. So BB, if you like it, you should like it fundamentally and not for the chance of a squeeze, in my opinion. Her phalanges, are they on the larger or smaller side? Size 6, 7. I think like a 7. That sounds right. Yeah, go with it. 7. Lucky number 7. You can't go wrong with saying a size 7, you know? Matt, can we get SPRA up, please? Ripping today. Sweet. I'm in SPRT. I want that to rip today. I have some September calls on that one. I would love for this to get above whatever this is. 822. Looking for 822. All right, AMC. Ooh, we're still gearing up for that break of 34. We saw this 2 days ago where it was struggling right in the low 34. It was like 34 to 34.15. And that's where it just hit now, 34.10. No, drunk. I'm not an officer. Maybe he's just tired of everyone's crap. Man, I love it right now. It's days like this that are so much fun. I just want things to happen and everyone to be happy. You have a Voyager rewards code? Yeah, it's in the description of the video. If you guys want crypto, check out Voyager. It's an app you can download. Voyager. I think this is the code. I think it's MATT21, MATT21. You put that in. It should be just in the description of this video. What tokens are they offering these days? The app about supported coins. But yeah, if you sign up right now, you could get up to $25 of Bitcoin. Okay, thanks. And here's all the coins on it. So I really like Cardano. Obviously, I'm in Bitcoin. What's the other one? A lot of people talking about Polkadot. I'm in Doge. I hear about ENJ a lot too for NFT stuff. I am in Ethereum. I'm not in Chainlink, but I know people talking about it. I'm in Litecoin, and I'm very down on Litecoin. A lot of people talking about Matic, Polygon. I kind of want to get that. I don't have it, but I'm planning on buying it. VeChain, I'm in that. Where's the Shiba Inu? Oh, and they have the Sheeb if that's what you want. So they don't offer Ripple is probably the most common one I hear that people want that's not on this. But Voyager, it's a phone app. You download it. You can't if you're in the state of New York, but download it. The code is in the description of the video, MATT21. And you'll get $25 worth of Bitcoin. Sent you a super Voyager an hour ago. Miss it. Jeremy, I'm sorry, I did. If you want to just send like your message to a mod, they can get it to me. Someone just said these coins are all trash. You literally just said that Bitcoin and Ethereum are trash and many others. I don't see how they could all be. Why not New York? Because the New York government hates it. Hey, didn't New York just lose its governor or something? That Cuomo dude. I read that he's like resigning or something. So maybe with the change in like the state government, there'll be new rules. But I heard that he got into trouble. Ask your very real girlfriend ringside and then tell her to calm down when she gets excited. I don't know if that would. Are the owners of Liquid IV apes? Let me put it this way. They're like, hey, can you read this like copyright and just basically that boring stuff? And I was like, I could. And they're like, what do you mean you could? I was like, or let me introduce you to Coach Kohrs. And they're like, oh, brother. And then I explained to Coach Kohrs, and they were like, let's do it. AMC to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're the hydration to the moon. I was like, you get it. And they're like, we get it. So that's what's fun about the sponsors that I end up dealing with is like a lot of sponsors, they keep saying this thing that I'm like not corporate appropriate, and I might scare some of their customers, or sometimes I come on too strong. That's a lot of the rhetoric I get from the people when we talk to them about sponsorships. So really, the ones that I end up doing sponsorships with, please understand that like they watch my stuff and they're like, we love this, and they run with it. So I would definitely say that there's some apes. You're scaring away our customers. You can get Ripple on Voyager. You can track it on Voyager, but you can't buy it on Voyager. So it's there in price, but you can't buy it. 8:30. It's 5:41. Do you think I'll let it run 2 more weeks? Tanner. If I were you, not necessarily 2 more weeks, but I'd let it ride out because right now the trend's in your favor. It hit a new high and it's not stopping. So I would definitely keep it going. Is it really sangria in the bottle? No, I put the strawberry. I have it right here. Strawberry, liquid IV. It's what the U.S. used to win various wars. All right, what did Jeremy say? Yeah, Voyager does not let you transfer all the other coins to brokers, only certain coins. Yeah, the coins that it actually functions as a wallet for. It's not a wallet for all coins that it currently is offering. They're in the process of getting more and more of the appropriate wallets set up, but it's not all of them. That is true. I know you don't like penny stocks. I don't like penny stocks, especially ones on the OTC gray market. Shout out to electric car gas tanks. Match courts. I like the mustache. Hey, ding, ding, ding. The market just hit a new all-time high, folks. You just witnessed history. You just witnessed history, a new high. We all lived through that together. It all happened together. Buy Ripple XRP on upload. Shout out Counselor Murray. Counselor Murray, did you switch your picture back? Weren't you in here yesterday with like a different name and a different picture? Do we have two different Counselor Murrays? No way. What would be the odds of that? Two different Counselor Murrays that both own Ethereum? I don't buy it. You had to change your name and that stuff back. I don't buy it. Not for a second. Not for a second. All right. Ooh. Here's one thing I want to do. Here is welcome back to class. Let's talk about credit spreads, and then we're gonna watch the market close together. But in the meantime, I wanna learn you something. So Tiblio, TIBLIO. If you go to the description of the video, you will get a discount. Awesome options picker service. And out of all of these, their bread and butter is short credit spreads. Short as in selling credit spreads. Hence why they're called credit, because you're selling it and you get a credit. So the way to look at this is obviously you have the stock. You can do a credit spread with calls or puts. A credit spread involves two different options, 2 calls or 2 puts. You never mix and match. Obviously, you pick 2 calls, 2 puts, then you have the expiration date, and then you have the strikes. Think of it this way. If this is what the trading is at, let's say the stock is trading at whatever this is, you either do 2 calls above it or 2 puts below it. You always sell the one that is closer to the current price of the stock. You sell the closer one and you buy the farther out one. Sell the closer one, buy the farther out one. So for example, if you're looking at Apple here, you always sell the first number and you always buy the second number. That's how you create a credit spread, because the one that's closer is going to have more of a premium. You're selling that, so you're credited it. And then the other one you're buying, which helps mitigate your risk. And that's how you structure a credit spread, and you buy the farther out one. So with a call, you're going to buy the number that's lower and sell the one that's farther away. And with a put, you are going to sell the one that is actually closer to the price, as in higher up, and then buy the one that's farther away. So whatever the price is trading at, you sell it. Puts are on the bottom, calls are on the top. And you could do a credit spread with either of these. You sell the closer one and you buy the one that's farther away. That's how you create a credit. And like when you create the position, there should be a net credit. Credit spreads are interesting because basically what you're doing is you're creating a position. And as you can see here, these are the suggestions from Tiblio as of right now. Right here, if you do it on the Qs, 85% chance of profitability. The max return is $13. And your max loss is 187. So it's small, but there's also a very high chance that you're going to end up making money. And what this is saying is you sell the 354 put and you buy the 352. So if we were to take a look at the chart, let's pull up the Qs. This is saying, and the expiration date is by 8/25, so the end of August. So this is saying 354. You would sell right where my cursor is now. You would sell this one and then buy the 352. And the way you make the most money is you fast forward all the way to August 25th and the Qs are just somewhere above 354. If it's above it, that means you get your max profit. There is a break-even point somewhere in between those 2 strikes. And then by the time you get to the other side of the lower strike, that's where you're going to have your max loss. And right here, you can see on this one, the max loss is 187. So when you use Tiblio, this is in general what credit spreads are. You sell one and you're buying the other, either 2 calls, 2 puts, and you're basically betting on it. If you're selling it, if you're doing a put credit spread, you want it to stay above the higher number and you get the max money. If you're talking about a call one, which right here, they have an example for the Qs on a call, 375, 376. Let's take a quick look at that. Let me zoom this up. So basically it's saying by August 23rd, if you think it's going to be below 375, you make your max money, and that's your max money, and then 376. So the break even is somewhere in between 375, 376, and then after 376 for this particular one, based on the current options, your max loss is 87. So basically you're risking $87. You have an 85% chance of profitability, and your max return would be $13. I think this is cool. You see all the percentages, the breakdowns. It gives you the 2 puts, the 2 calls. It gives you the expiration date. It gives you the strike, percentage chance of profitability. But overall, with a credit spread, going into it, you know your max risk and you know your max reward. You're going into it knowing exactly how it could potentially play out as soon as you make it. With calls, you want it to stay below the whatever that lower value is, and with puts, you want it to stay above whatever the higher value is. So you look at it, a lot of the times when you're talking about stocks, you want it to trend at its maximum possible, I guess, trend in your favor, and that's how you make the most money. When you're doing credit spreads, you're just saying, I think it's going to be above this value or below this value on a certain date, and if you're right, you get that money. So it's a different bit, a different style of a different risk, a different reward, a different methodology of playing the market. But overall, you sell one, you buy the other, you know your risk, you know your reward, and you're doing it for the expiration date. Now, a question I get is, you get your max reward if you're below it with the calls or above it with the puts. That's your max reward, the break even somewhere in the middle. And then after the farther out number, that's your max loss. You do not have to hold them to expiration. So this one, for example, is for August 23rd. If you're happy with it, let's say you fast forward a couple of days and you get 50% of your profit, like that's how much the position's up, you can close it then if you want. You don't have to hold it to expiration. And depending on your brokerage, it actually even might allow you to cut one of the legs. You don't have to necessarily hold both, but that's a little bit more complicated. And we can talk about that later. But I just wanted you to know that like you can get out of it early. You can get out of one of the two because this is it's a double-legged option position. But credit spreads, it's very, very common. It's one of the most common monthly income strategies. I want you to know about it. When you hear about it, you can. So if you hear the term a bull credit spread, that involves two puts. It's a little bit inverse of what you think it's going to be. If you hear a bear credit spread, think two calls. I know it's a little bit inverse because when you hear calls, you're like, oh, I want it to go up, puts, I want it to go down. The reason it's inverse is because it's a short spread, as in a short credit spread. And whenever you hear short, think selling. So because you're selling, that's why you have to inverse it in your own mind. So that's a bit of terminology. That's how you would read Tiblio here. Like you can look at it. Sometimes I sort by the highest percentage chance of profitability. The other times I'll go to the max return. So CMG, this is Chipotle. Chipotle is saying that if you sell the 2000 call and then buy the 2050, as in if you think Chipotle, CMG, will be below 2000 by September 21st, and there's an 81% chance of making money, and the max money you would make, which is a 12% return, is $600, and you're risking $4,400. Obviously, this is a bit more leverage. You could look at ITW, CMG, all those. But overall, I just wanted to give you a quick run through on what a credit spread is. It works for two calls, two puts. That's all the terminology. And if you want to check out Tiblio, which kind of lays it out for you, you don't necessarily need Tiblio. But if you like it, where you get all this mathematical breakdown, the link is in the description of the video. All right. So with all that being said, let me know. So yesterday we went over covered calls. Today, obviously, short credit spreads. Let me know if you guys want, like, if you have any questions on that or anything. Let me know. Happy to answer it. SPRT on the move. Wanted above 822. Hey Matt, what is the minimum cash pot you'd recommend to start for trading options? I mean, there's relatively cheap ones. Like, I don't know. You could feasibly start. Well, first of all, I recommend everyone start with a paper trading account, something on like Thinkorswim, where you're not doing legitimate money, just so you can learn the mechanisms of it. But if you want to start with actual money, I mean, you can do stuff with like $250, $500. It doesn't take that much to get started. How can AMC and GME both sell in sync? Because just like the people who are watching both of them are reacting the same. The algorithms that are watching them are reacting the same. They're thought to be very similar trades, so it makes sense that they're not moving in lockstep, but they're going to commonly rhyme. American Dream Mystic. I don't know what you said, but your message was deleted. Let me ask. What did American Dream say? Was it an accident or I just want to know. Now I just want to know, my own curiosity. I don't know if it was an accident or most likely you said something you shouldn't have said. Most likely. I would assume that's why the mods crushed you. You can't talk about credit without talking about theta. Well, that's why people do credit spreads, is because remember when you're in options, there's three major things that price it. The value of the stock, obviously, the volatility of the stock, but also the time until expiration. So if you're going long on a call or a put, theta hurts you because every day that passes, you have less and less time. But when you're selling premium, such as a credit spread, theta benefits you. You're taking, like, you are becoming the house. So every day that passes, you're getting more and more money, honestly, because like theta, instead of losing money to theta, you're gaining money because of theta. As soon as you sell premium, theta's in your favor instead of being against you. Talk about wheel strat, very safe way. Oh, wheel strat. Yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of building it up slowly but surely. I'm trying to build up more of a catalog of knowledge for all of us. So previously we've gone over what is a call and a put. Then we went on to covered calls. Now we went on to credit spreads. And I think every day, every other day, we'll go over a new strategy. And all of this was going to be posted to the Matt Kohrs Clips channels, so you guys can come back and like hear that. Just so you know the individual strategies, and just because I know I've said this stuff before, but a lot of people, sometimes you're working, some things you have going on, and you can't be in every stream. So those little teaching sessions, I'm going to clip them all. They're all going to go on Matt Kohrs Clips, and I'll also post those to the Rumble, just so you guys can kind of watch them. What a credit spread, do you have to exercise on the last day or just close your positions? You can just let it ride. Like, you, as long as it's below, you don't have to close anything. Basically, they're gonna expire out of the money, and you get all that money. You don't have to do anything as long as, if you want to close it, you can beforehand. You can close it all the way up to and including the expiration date. But most of the time when I do it, I literally just sit there and I let it go all the way till expiration and don't do anything, and then I just keep the money. Do you think tomorrow will be more likely red or green? Very much hope as green could be. Immature apes, if you don't like the content. Some people learning and appreciate it. Shocker, we talk market education. Oh yeah. If you think I'm just gonna sit here and go, oh, this is what AMC is doing, you're wrong. That's silly. That's such a waste of all of our time when we can be watching it, come back, take a quick 5-10 minute break, learn about something else, and then come back to the charts. If you think I'm just gonna sit here and go, AMC's at 33.15, AMC's at 33.16, AMC's at 33.15. AMC is still at 33. Oh, AMC 33.14. Oh, 33.11. Okay, 33.10. Oh, back to 33.13. A waste of time, folks. We can be learning. We can learn more about the market. Do you know how many thousands of people just learned about what a credit spread is, and they might feel a little bit more comfortable? I still implore you, do your own DD on it. I'm just here to give you a little bit of a foundation so you feel more comfortable with the terminology, what is going on, what isn't going on. It's just, I want more and more people to feel more comfortable in their own financial, I guess, knowledge base, their financial literacy, to take it to the next level, because you're trying to make money. That's all you're trying to do. It's that simple. If you think I'm just going to sit here all day and be like, this is what the stock's at, this is what the stock's at, this is what the stock at, not only are you going to go crazy, I'm going to go more crazy. And no one wants that. All right. Well, SPRT crushing it. 2 cents away from a breakout. AMC in the green, GME in the green. Is Robinhood still in the red? I hope so. Ooh, Robinhood is in the red. S&P 500 did make a new all-time high, once again making history. Ooh, 47.50. Robinhood sucks. Please don't go crazy. Immature. Hey, oh, apes. I have done my DD on SPRT. Did you like invest in SPRT? Thank you, pirates. What did you like that made you invest in SPRT? Thank you, pirates. Basically, True Demon gave me a rundown on the DD, and a lot of it made sense to me. True Demon is a member of my chat, but you also, maybe if you're on Reddit, you might know more of his like posts on Reddit. Very, very smart guy. And it's not just him. He was the one that explained it to me, but there's other people in chat who have done a lot of DD on SPRT, and they shared it with me. And I was like, hey, that makes sense. And then I took a September bet on it, September options. What's AMC at now? Shout out, Nicholas. Some cats want confirmation bias, not DD or education. Investing isn't easy. If some of you can do better than my boy Match, then go do your own channel. I mean, yeah. Folks, anyone's allowed to make a YouTube channel the last time I checked. I sell covered calls. Is there a trading platform that will track my sales of dollars cost averaging? I mean, technically, your brokerage should do that if I'm understanding your question properly. Is there a trading platform that will track my sales for dollar costs averaging? Wait. Dollar cost averaging your different covered calls? I mean, you can log that. Like, you could write them down yourself, or a lot of, I guess, the medium to higher tier brokerages, they track all your trades in a way that you could go back and review them. But one of the easiest things to do might just be to start your own trading journal, like open up an Excel sheet on your computer or write it down. I love tracking my trades. I think that's one thing that a lot of newer people, it could help you with your success. Write down the trade, your entry, your exit, your reasoning, your risk, your reward before you get out of it, really before you get in it. But I think something as simple as writing down your trades could really, really help, because you might start to notice patterns of your strong types of trades and then your weak type of trades. And obviously you just double down on the ones that are winning for you. But for covered calls, I don't know if you're talking about similar covered calls, as in just loading up on them. The brokerage will keep your cost basis. But if you're looking for generically tracking all of your covered calls, some brokerages do that. Other ones, like, you're going to have to write them down or Excel sheet, something like that. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. You were supposed to have potential. SPRT, 2 cents away from breaking out. How could it do this to us? How could it? Personally offended. Could you take a peek at Ortex? Just because you asked so nicely, more than happy to. All right, they've borrowed almost 8 million with a net of 3.8, short interest 18.97. GameStop, net return of 128,000, 10.3%. Just so everyone knows, I'm more than happy to share that stuff, but if I'm not doing it at like the cadence you want it to, you could get a free 7-day trial. It's in the description. You just sign up, free 7-day. No harm, no foul. Try it out on day 6. If you like it, great. Get a monthly package, get a yearly package. If you don't like it, just delete your account on Ortex. Frederick Ugarner, keep it up. Thank you. I appreciate that super emote. I like the lifting, dude. 8 million is quite a bit. What is the S&P futures code on Webull? I don't think they have the futures on Webull, Simo. I do not think that that's a thing they have right now. What did this guy say? I'm always curious about these deleted message. Oh, Davo, another like guy who gets pissy about super chats. So funny. How dare you donate money to these kids at St. Jude Children's Hospital? Clutches pearls. How could you? SPRT free float, just amazingly small. The smaller the float of a company, the easier it is for it to move. So if SPRT gets moving and breaking out, we could definitely see some considerable, I guess, runs in it. Think of it as just baggage. If you have less baggage, it's easier to move more rapidly. Tagged you on Instagram on the Peridot process, firesoul.grace. Okay, thank you, Artsy Cart. I appreciate that. You're being very kind. Matt's gonna pee his pants. I mean, folks, no. You know, from the past last year, I've like the bladder of a camel. I mean, we were doing this for 7 hours a day, and I would take one bathroom break. I guess, very youthful bladder. Sometimes I don't even know if I have a bladder. Man, I want this breakout on SPRT. Robinhood down 6.6%, AMC up 5.18%, GME up 1.65%. GME has a volume of 1.18 million, still pretty low, but better than yesterday. And then AMC has a volume of 67 million, which is decent. We've seen it higher, we've seen it lower. I would say it's somewhere in the middle. The AR guy, I feel special now, like the old days when Matt Kohrs had 14K subs. We have come quite a ways. Yeah, that was before you were drinking liquid IV. That should be my competition with myself of like how much liquid IV can I drink before I have to go to the bathroom. What do you think of Volume Princess's tweets? Let me check it out. I don't know what she said recently. Volume. Stephanie with an F, not a PH. Facebook delayed return of work for U.S. employees until 2022. I don't think that's what you're asking about. Sony delays the release of Venom movie due to the Delta variant. That's not good. That's not fun. I wanted to see that movie. Dark Pool alert, AMC 1 million print at 32.36. So by her own, I guess, words, if it's above it, she's bullish. If it's below it, she's bearish. So I guess above 32.36, she will be bullish. What is this? Arrest warrants. So I think that's what so it's either the Venom being delayed, its release, or something else there. Something else. But yeah, I guess above 32.36, we are looking good. Good in the hood. All right, what else do we have? It's a good sign for in both position, I know. So volume with volume, high volume, low volume doesn't necessarily relate to the price going up or the price going down. You can have higher low volume with either of those playing out. Volume is not correlated with price up or down. Large moves are commonly correlated. Usually when you see higher volume, you will see larger price swings, but even that doesn't necessarily have to be true. All right, I think we are good. We are good. Do you know anything about regular people to see Dark Pool? Do you know where we can find that information? Yeah, I mean, there's various websites. So Dark Pool, like that data is still all reported and that trading volume is still all publicly available. OTCtransparency.finra is a great website where you can see the off exchange. So on top of dark pools, you could also see the market makers. But all trading volume on dark pools is still publicly reported and publicly accessible. Just bought a $10 option for SPRT expiring in March 2022, already down $2. Am I doing this right? DZ Hustler. Take this, St. Jude. Big money doesn't know how to lose. If this squeeze to reform happens, we can't be the same dumb apes we started. We need learning. Shout out, Brian. Shout out. So we have about 12 minutes left. I want SPRT to break above 1022. AMC's hanging out at 33. GME's hanging out at 161. It looks like Robinhood's catching like a 30-cent bid. Unfortunately, hang on, how do we have this? Do we have any other breaking news on Twitter? Let me see. Let me see if there's something we should talk about before the day is officially in the books. Officially in the books. Apple, I guess people are loading up on Apple calls. Reddit builds war chest now valued at 10 billion. I wonder why they would do that. I wonder why they would do that. Who is this guy? I'm not really seeing much else. Not seeing much else. Dark pool, no, not really. Apparently Kong from Kong posting on Twitter really likes Sour Patch Kids. That's about it. I know someone that works at Facebook and now they're mad because they moved back to the area because they thought they had to be back in the office. That's a bummer. That is a bummer. Hate seeing the pride get walked down in the last 10 minutes by day traders. I mean, the point, green is good. Like it's not like we're living or dying by one individual day. I'm taking any green day. I would love for it to be, this is just setting up a more easy and realistic test and breakout of 3350. Above 3350, now we have some resistance at 34, but after that, we're watching 36, and now we're like within spitting distance of those breakouts. So it just sets up for hopefully more of an exciting Friday, because the past like month and a half of Fridays has been so incredibly boring. So I don't know. I'm hoping to finally see some fireworks on a Friday. Can you explain how a trade affects the price? Like, how does buy sell convert into price action? Like, how many buyers per unit of upward action? Or I don't know. Not exactly like that. Every buyer has a seller. Every seller has a buyer. Why a price moves is because of the buying pressure, the selling pressure, as in the price that they're agreeing upon. So basically, let's say you have a system where there's 5 people trying to sell at 33, but 10 people trying to buy at 33. Well, the first 5 would get filled, and then the price would get moved up so the next 5 can get filled. So it's all about the demand, the buying pressure outweighing the supply, aka the selling pressure. Every buyer has a seller, every seller has a buyer. It's all about how many people are trying to aggressively buy and or how many people are trying to aggressively sell. If you have more and more people attempting to buy at a similar price, the price goes up because that moves equilibrium up. If you have a lot of people trying to sell and not many people trying to buy, that pushes the equilibrium down, as in the price comes down. It's really all running on the most basic levels of supply and demand. That's like the inherent axiom of which moves the stock market. So someone just asked about Public. Public, you just go to public.com/Matt Kohrs and you make your account right from there. And then that's how you get your free money. Did I hear you say earlier that shorts reported by Ortex on AMC could lower the price today or tomorrow? Would it not reflect the price today? Shorts aren't reported. Shares on loan are reported. That's why it says borrowed shares, shares on loan. Remember, whenever it says shorts, it says estimated. So if we're looking at AMC, borrowed shares, there 7.93 million shares were borrowed. That doesn't mean shorted. They could have been shorted today. They could be shorted tomorrow. They can be shorted 4 weeks from now. It doesn't make sense to borrow and then like hold them forever and then short. So I would say most likely sooner rather than later, but it's still, you can't definitively know that. It's just borrowed shares. Nothing here says shorted shares because you don't know, because shorted shares aren't reported. We're dealing kind of with tertiary data and trying to make the most sense of it. GME Ortex is so fake. No, it's not. You're just randomly saying it because it's not confirming to your bias. You're mad because the data, the valid verified data, does not support your bias. How do you get the 25 free Bitcoin on Voyager? Once you sign up, as soon as you trade $100 worth of any crypto, that'll trigger the process, and then you're going to get some from there. So that's what you meant by the volume possibly not correlating. Since the volume is all trades, it doesn't necessarily mean it will move. Exactly. So let's say that 100 million shares of AMC are traded. That's a lot of volume. But if the buyer and seller all agree on the exact same price throughout the day, they're like, okay, 33, 33, 33, 33. If that's always the equilibrium, you're not going to move, but you could trade a lot of volume. That's a little bit of a rarity. Generally, when you see a massive amount of volume, you see more volatility because like, what's the chance of that always being equilibrium? Pretty low, but it is still theoretically possible. Can you look at the ISDA.org members buying AMC and look into DOD Frank Act? I will send it what I got on Twitter. Okay, Mr. Kilo, yeah, send that away. I'll look into it. The only thing I know about ISDA is from the Big Short movie when those two guys, the younger guys, were trying to get their ISDA. Oh, someone said my Discord's popping off. Sorry, I'll lower that. I didn't realize that was on. Matt, any stocks you like that are around $5 a share? Not off the top of my head. Right now, I'm long on SPRT, but even for me, it's on the smaller side of a position because I just think it's risky, but I think it's still a fun play. But that's $7.90. Someone just said Hood is ripping. Hood is down 6%. That's actually kind of the opposite of ripping. It's gone up 30 cents in the last 20 minutes. Not necessarily ripping. Very quickly, before the market closes up for the day, I do want to come back to these charts. Don't forget, we are doing our best to raise money for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, which is right here, stjude.org. You can check it out. If you want to donate directly, the donate button is right there. What we're doing right now, the overall drive, is we made all these limited edition Super Chat Matt shirts. So if you click on this the top left collection on moongangmerch.com, you'll see a couple different shirts here. Basically two, the Super Chat one, a Moon Gang one with nothing on the back, and then some Cran Super Chat ones. Those, all the profits, 100% of the profits going straight to St. Jude. Check that out. I know not everyone's in the financial position to donate, to buy a shirt, something like that. Liking, retweeting, all that stuff very much does help because it gets it in front of other people. And one thing you could do to get some money, if you don't necessarily need it, you could sign up for Public, public.com/Matt Kohrs, up to $70 of free stock, free trading. It is for U.S. residents and there's no options trading. They're going to roll out crypto trading soon enough. But if you do that, free trading, free stock, no payment for order flow. And what's best, they send all of your orders to a lit exchange. So if you want to help with the battle against market makers, check out public.com/Matt Kohrs to get your free stock. And also, I, from the bottom of my heart, I very much appreciate everyone who is helping with the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital effort. We don't need this anymore. Look, if you had one shot or one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in the moment, would you capture it or just let it slip? They might not even be shorting all the shares they can borrow just to return, like they short and distort. Very well could be. You can borrow a bunch of shares and not short. No one's forcing them to short after they borrowed the shares. All right. We have about a minute left. So if you are currently battling with PDT and you want to make a trade to not get in trouble with that before market closes, like I said, you have a minute left. AMC currently trading at 33. It's up about 4.7%, and GME's at 162, up 1.96%. SPRT was rejected at 820, very close to that resistance at 822, but does make me optimistic for tomorrow. Thoughts on GNOG? Well, it's about to be acquired, so if I were you, I'd be paying attention to DraftKings, who just bought it, not GNOG itself. If you don't short them, what else can you do with them? Nothing. You would just hold them and stop someone else from shorting them. All right, let's get ready. Oops, it fell into it. My bad. Hey, the casino is closed, folks. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. We are in the books for the day, and overall, it was a fun day. I had such a blast with all of you. Seriously, it was great. Shout out to Liquid IV for sponsoring it. If you guys want that, pinned to the top of chat. The discount code is MoonGang. You'll get 25% off. Thank you for everyone who bought a shirt, donated directly, any of that. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Anyone signing up for public, great way to get a non-payment for order flow trainer. Also, you get some free stock. Great stuff. Thank you so much for all the incredible support. Remember, tonight I will be posting an update video, so that will be there. I'll just give you a quick rundown of what was going on the day. And then I also, let me quickly get this up for you. We are right here. So like I said, we're trying to do a little bit more of the, I guess, just teaching. All those little clips of the stuff I say on the live stream go right here. This is where they're going to live, on Matt Kohrs clips. So for example, this morning, we talked about short interest, shares on loan, and utilization. I'm seeing a lot of questions about utilization, so we're posting them here. Yesterday, we went over covered calls, so you could check that out. Once again, Matt Kohrs clips. Check these videos out if you want it. Right after today, we will post also credit spread. So basically just all those little teaching lessons, this is where they're going to live. All of the interviews, all of my rants, that's where this backup channel is for, Matt Kohrs clips. If you're not the biggest fan of YouTube, just so you know, I am also currently multi-streaming to Rumble. If you go to Rumble and search Matt Kohrs, I'm right there. Shout out to everyone listening on Rumble. Today, I'll be posting also the selling a credit spread. That will also go here if you want to come back, and instead of having to search for it in the stream, it's just easier to clip it and put it here so people can track it back down. But overall, I just want to give you that heads up of, whoa, we are moving in after hours. That's awesome. Okay, so I will be doing an update video tonight on this channel. We'll be posting those clips on the Matt Kohrs Clips channel. And then tomorrow, I'll be streaming. I'll be here bright and early, crack of dawn at 9 a.m. As always, thank you so much for all the incredible support. I truly, truly appreciate it. And as always, from me and Chair, best of luck in the markets.